Hi, my name is Dogster, and I've got 198 subscribers on this YouTube channel, so you better listen to what I've got to say. Sorry about that. Today I wanted to discuss something that I've not really seen on other YouTube channels. I've seen a lot of reviews of this particular item. I've seen a lot of really good reviews, hence why I bought the unit. A lot of good reviews because it is a fantastic sound card. I am of course talking about the RME UCX II, which is a beauty. And a fantastic sound card, by the way. Great sound, great transparent sound. Go through some specs off ChatGTP because I'm lazy later. I'm quite lazy. But the issue, there's an issue with this thing of wonderment, and it's not what you would expect from a reputable company like RME, who are renowned for transparency, brilliant drivers. Actually, there's a lot of old cards. Sorry about that. There's a lot of old cards which are still up to date driver wise, like cards from like 2010. It's now 2025. In terms of updates, that's superb because I had a Focusrite many years ago. In fact, I've had 3 or 4 Focusrites, and the drivers were absolutely appalling from one product to the next. So, right, the issue with this thing of wonderment, the RME UCX II, with its beautiful transparency, its fantastic wheel clock, total mix is FX is a game changer, no doubt about it. Routing is superb, brilliant ins and outs, but the issue is this. Let me show you. Let's see if you pick up on this. For £1,100, you get wobbly ass buttons.
Wobbly ass buttons.
Why? I took it out the box and I could hear this rattle like this. This is exactly how I did it. I opened the box with extreme excitement, and then I went, oh God, oh, beautiful, you're beauty, you're beauty. And then I heard this noise. Let's see if the microphone picked that up. And I was looking at the card thinking, oh my God, I just spent £1,000. Just spent £1,000 on this fucking beautiful thing. I scrimped and saved and sold gear. It took me months and months to save up.
It took me months and months to save up.
But I did it. And then there's a rattle on the inside. So after about 20 minutes of looking at the unit, wondering what the hell is going on, I realised that, as I just showed you before, it is the buttons. If you put your hand over the buttons, this is crazy, this, by the way. If you put your hand over the buttons, there's no sound. It's how it should be. Hand off the buttons. For an £1,100 card, it's actually more here. I didn't buy it from Two Man. I bought it from the mysterious shop I told you about earlier, who I shall never name. Or shall I? Sorry, I won't do that again. It's kind of weird. So, lovely card, but build quality, Should it be? I'm gonna have to do it again, I'm sorry. Come on, RME, do better. Do better. I was kind of thinking what it reminded me of, and because I'm old, I thought it was this. So I'm kind of thinking, should the buttons look like these? It's not a review, by the way, this video. It's I don't know, we'll call it more of a rant. I don't normally do content like this on my YouTube, but I'm kind of thinking about changing a little bit and maybe, trying to get a bit more engagement because, I'm not even at 200 subscribers yet. Through no fault of my own, by the way. I could have done more videos. I know that quantity doesn't equal quality, but the algorithm does kind of push you towards feeding the machine, if you get me drift. Right, when I first took it out the box, I was just quite disappointed with the way it felt. But now that I've spent about 2 weeks with it, I've spent about 2 weeks going back and forth with said company, who I shall not name. Don't. Okay, right. Everything else, total mix, like I said before, great. Routing, fantastic. It's just these buttons. So I asked Chat GTP why the buttons were like this, and this is what it said. So I typed into Chat GPT, keep calling it BT, and I'll put it up here so you can kind of read along. I begged the question. I said, why are the buttons on the front of my RME UCX II really wobbly? Are they defective? The chat came back with, no, the wobbly buttons on your RME 5-phase UCX II. Have I been saying X? XC? Fucking hell. No, the buttons on your RME 5-phase UCX II are not defective. They're normal and part of RME's design. We continue down. The design choice, the UCX II and front panel buttons are intentionally designed to have a lot of lateral play. What's lateral play? Do I need lateral play? When we're playing, who's the lateral? When we're playing, who's the lateral? RME used tactile micro switches underneath the buttons, but the button caps themselves float slightly to reduce stress on the switches and improve durability. Floating. I got floating buttons on the front of my unit. They float away. I got floating buttons on the front of my unit. They float away. Floating button. Floating button. Sorry if you've... I don't know how you're going to follow along to this, so you must just not. The small wobble is very common across RME interfaces, including the Babyface Pro FX, UFX2 and the UFX3. The UFX3 is nearly $3 grand. $3 grand? That's not okay. RME, that's not okay. I mean, you could kind of argue the fact that RME stands for remove mediocre elements.
Remove mediocre elements.
Floating buttons on the floating button. Floating button. Sorry. Okay, mechanical protection. I need protecting against the money I've spent. If the buttons were too stiff or rigid, pressing them at an angle put sideways force on the micro switch, could put sideways force on the micro switch. I tried the buttons, by the way, they work, they all work, and they're dead right reactive. Very reactive. How scout of me. Dead reactive. They are reactive, they work. Dead reactive. Allowing a little wobble ensures the force is transmitted straight down, protecting the internal switches from early wear or breakage. Okay, when to worry? I'm worried now. If you experience any of these, it could mean loose mounting screw or damaged button cap, in which case RME support can help. Okay, RME, thanks. On the RME forums and customer support replies, they have confirmed a little button wobble is expected, is not a sign of poor build quality, or is not a defective unit. I tend to disagree, RME. See that? That was a poem. That was a rhyme, mate. So, I don't know what else to say, to be honest. The card itself, no issue at all. It sounds great. Transparency is brilliant. Headroom is the best I've ever heard in a card. But them buttons, come on. For 1100 quid, come on. RME, just do better. Just do better. And if you see this video, I don't know. Tell me why I think this way. Tell me why. Okay, stop it. So yeah, thanks. And RME, if you're out there listening, watching, get in touch. You know, me, my big, strong YouTube channel with 198 subscribers. Once I reach 200, watch the fuck out. Oh yeah, and I've also got a couple of tracks released on Spotify and the usual platforms. There's a link in the description. It's by myself, Dogster. I'm a collaboration with my friend Joe Sims from London. The track is called Paraphernalia, and there's a remix by Servience of Struggle, which is like an acid kind of remix, and that's from two guys called Chalky McKenzie and Chris Liberator. Sorry, they took a big part in the 90s kind of acid techno scene and the free party scene in London. Done a lot of good work, so go and have a listen to that. I would appreciate it. I know this is not my normal video, normally do jams, but I'm trying to just change the content a little bit and maybe buy into some sort of, I don't know, buy into something, and you know, maybe you might get used to seeing my face a little bit more, and maybe you won't, I don't know. But yeah, it's all about those wobbly buttons.
It's all about those wobbly buttons.
Bye.
I got floating buttons on the front of my unit. They float.
Dead reactive.